Vandaag heb ik voor de camera waarschijnlijk een van de allerpopulairste sprekers van het evenement, Paula Januszkiewicz. Zij is security specialist uit Polen en ik geef even het woord aan haar. Paula, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, so my name is Paula Januszkiewicz, as you said, and I'm a penetration tester. I'm also an MEP on enterprise security, and I'm also an MCT. And what I do for a living, I deliver penetration tests, meaning testing out the customer side if you can hack in. I think we can call it like that. Plus, additionally, I'm delivering trainings and presentations.
Okay, and you are here at Tech Days. You're delivering one presentation. What's this presentation about?
So my presentation was about malware, and what I was showing were the technical details, what kind of technical details are used by malware. So whenever you've got an operating system, it's just a bunch of files that you've got, and I was pinpointing to some areas that can be exploited by several techniques. And I was pointing to areas, and I was also showing techniques.
Okay, and is there a specific area that is most often used by malware to enter networks currently?
Well, we cannot say like the most, but the one that is very popular, yes? So in operating system, in Microsoft operating system, you have DLLs, yes? And DLLs can contain code that can be executed, yes? But the case is that with DLLs, we are not checking for file signatures. Every time we call for a certain DLL, we are not really checking if the DLL is secure or not. So this is a perfect area in which you can, for example, replace DLL and load, instead of legit DLL, some DLL that we put to some certain area, yes. But what I'm pointing to is that, you know, replacing DLL, it's not a new thing. You've got so many attacks that succeeded, like, you know, 15 years ago because you just replaced the DLL. It's not a new idea. But the interesting case in operating system is that you've got certain areas that are not really covered in which you can put this DLL and execute it. So I would say it's a very nice insight, and this was what the whole presentation was about. What are these areas about? Yes, so you need to search for those areas, and when you find it, this is the place that you can load on-site DLL, for example.
Okay, cool. So actually those DLLs are kind of the weak spot of current operating systems,
yes.
If I'm correct.
Totally, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And Windows 8, do you think it's an improvement for security for operating systems?
Well, there are a couple of mechanisms that are definitely improved. For example, in not even Windows 8, but on a whole new Windows platform, which is also Windows Server 2012, you're able to use something that is called Group Managed Service Account. And this is a perfect improvement because whenever you run a service on a specific account, the case is that this account's password is stored in a registry. So there is a whole story that is underneath whenever the password is stored in a different way than a hash. The question is, how is it stored? Yes. So the solution for this kind of problem was actually a managed service account, which is a little bit improved in 2012 because you can use it within the group, which makes it useful because you can use it on a group of servers instead of only one. Yes. So one of these kind of small things that are working here, they are improving the security, but still. Windows is just a bunch of files. I'm not saying it's not secure, it's a cool operating system. But if you misuse it, then whatever the Windows you use, it's exposed at some point, yes?
So there will always be room to improve.
Yeah, of course. It's always about improving a user who is using Windows or administrator that is using Windows, yes? Because if you install too many things, if you don't pay attention to the file that is installed, if it's signed or not, the question is, what do you get additionally? Yes?
Okay.
So I was talking about this kind of issues.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the interview.
Thanks.
And hopefully see you on the next event.
Oh, I'm really hoping for that because Tech Days are just a great conference. Thanks.